Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Elevate the Day. My name is Jennifer Cavello and I am here today with my lovely co-host Karen Salisbury.
Hey everybody, good to see you.
Good to be here. Good to be here. I hope everyone enjoyed their Thanksgiving holiday and didn't eat too much, although I think we're all guilty of that. So today we're super excited to welcome Reverend Jim Hammond to the show. And he's going to be talking about something very interesting, the book of Revelation, which I bet you might not have read recently, but he's going to convince you that this is really a book that you need to crack open today and start learning more about it. So welcome to the show, Reverend Jim.
Thank you so much. It's an honor, Jennifer, to be on Elevate today, and I'm excited to be here. Appreciate it.
Wonderful, wonderful. And of course, Karen and I are super excited about our new book, the Elevate the Day devotional. We each, have our little promo copies here, and exciting news, the ebook is just about ready. The journal is just about ready. So we've got you covered for this holiday gift giving season. So go to our websites and you'll learn all about it. So I'm going to turn it over to Karen, who's going to open it up with the first question for Reverend Jim.
Well, just to let you guys know, I used to be able to attend Living Word, where Pastor Jim is the executive pastor. And this past summer, he's in the pulpit a lot at Living Word. His dad, Pastor Hammond, is the pastor, but he tends to leave us in the summer a lot, right? And so Pastor Jim this summer taught on Revelation, and I just found it so interesting that I wanted to share a little bit of it with you. And you also have a podcast of your own, right, Pastor Jim?
Yes, I do, Karen. It's called the Final Hour Podcast. And if you it's www.thefinalhourpodcast.com, and it'll take you to the website. We've got about 40 episodes right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So we're going to go so short today, listeners. So if you want to know more and hear more from Pastor Jim, be sure to avail yourself to that. And, one of the things I don't know, maybe I'm the only one who kind of looks at the book of Revelation and kind of goes, I'm kind of a pan theory person. It'll all pan out in the end. Do I really need to read Revelation? Right. Because it gets a little deep and all that. But tell us, Pastor Jim, why is it important for Christians, for believers, for anybody to read the book of Revelation?
Well, I think what got me into it was I did a series on the book of Daniel, and which is so it is so accurate. Daniel called he called the Greeks, the Romans, the Persians, all in order. And still all these prophecies are folding out even in Daniel. So Daniel kind of leads you to Revelation. So after I was done with Daniel, I had actually Billy Brim said, do Revelation. You should always do Revelation after Daniel. Oh. And it's very intense. I will say that. We're into about chapter 6 right now, and I've got to take a break because I don't think you should be doing the sealed judgments here coming into the Christmas season, right? So I'm going to pick that up in January, but I think these books are important because they really help you understand, all right, we are at the end. And I know that I think most serious commentators, Bible commentators, will agree that this is the end times. The earth is going through birth pains. There are more signs than there has ever been, and it makes you realize when you're actually looking for the rapture, you're looking for the end. It is in the forefront of your mind. It really does cause a closer relationship with Jesus when you're coming from that point of view. And when you do realize the Bible is lining up with what's going on today. That's why Paul said in Thessalonians to comfort one another with the fact that the rapture is coming. Because things are, in a sense, things are going to get worse as we get closer. But also the power of God is going to get more prevalent and get stronger, more manifestations of the Holy Spirit. And I do believe, as you can see, if you're paying attention evil is also rising at a level that we have not seen in this day and age. And so there's a lot of reasons, especially the first 4 chapters, to get into the book of Revelation.
Yeah, because you believe, and I mean, I do too, that the church is going to be raptured by the time the 4 chapters is over. So basically, the first 4 chapters are to us kind of a roadmap for the last days. And then after that, the believers' church has been raptured out. So those first 4 chapters are really key.
Yes, and Revelation 4 has John being called up, come up hither to the sound of a trumpet, just like the rapture scriptures. And suddenly you've got these 7 lamps of fire that represent the churches that were on earth, and now they're up there. And so a lot of scholars believe this is the rapture in Revelation 4. And then, gee, what a coincidence. You've got the throne room scene in Revelation 5, and then you've got the tribulation kicking off in Revelation 6. And chapters 2 and 3 are warning letters to the church in the end times. Many commentators that know a lot more than I do believe that those letters are for the church today.
So basically 7 letters to 7 churches, and God is kind of saying, you're doing this right, but you're doing this wrong, so as the last days progress, tweak these things. And really that applies to each of us, doesn't it? So applicable for today.
It really is. A lot of what these churches were going through lines up with what's happening in the church now. I mean, Ephesus, they lost their first love, right? Lost their love for God, lost their love for each other, lost their love for souls. You had Smyrna going through extreme persecution, which I do believe is coming. I think that's a warning. A few of these churches were going through extreme persecution. Numerous churches warned not to compromise. Don't back up. Don't compromise. Even I believe it was you had a prophetess named Jezebel in Thyatira that was proven to be the pastor's wife. And she was teaching a doctrine of compromise, which was actually merging the occult with Christianity. And if you're paying attention, there's a lot of witchcraft right now in the church. And so other things, Philadelphia was a missions church. Jesus opened a door for them to go into the East. And it was well known that, and then at Laodicea, you've got them at the end. They were lukewarm, which is an argument. What does that word mean? Because wouldn't he want you lukewarm more than he would want you cold? So that one is a little disputed on what he's actually talking about there, but it does line up with today. It's Jesus Christ himself. And really you take on a view of Jesus that I had not quite penned him that way. I had not nailed him down that way. And he's being quite serious, and he's giving strong warnings to a number of the churches. A lot of them get commendations, but a couple do not get any commendations at all. And he calls them dead. He called Sardis completely dead. You're dead, Yeah. And you can, a few commentators I've heard say, you can literally walk into a church and you can find different attributes of what he's saying in these 7 letters. Not to walk in and judge every church is not what they're saying, but you can find out where you are as a church if you pay attention to these letters.
I know that when I was listening to you teach on it's sobering, it's like check up on yourself, but it's not scary. And it's actually comforting to know that the plan of God is really unfolding the exact way he planned it to. So really it's a comfort to read Revelation.
It really is, especially those first 5 chapters, because we're getting instruction. And in these last days of what is coming, how to react, and what to pay attention to, I just, it helped me. It really did help me. And in warning some of these churches, are you guys, are you still getting me here? My
Yeah.
screen's doing funny things.
Oh, no, you look fine.
Okay. In warning some of these churches, they were mixing the occult. You had something called the Nicolaitans. A few of them were getting, they were compromising, and because of the persecution that was so strong, this is why they were compromising. They were saying, if we compromise with the world, it's going to make it easier on us, right? And so you can kind of see why they were backing up, because back then they were being killed in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
And forced to worship the Roman emperor and different things. So it was definitely an intense time.
Yeah. Just so much good stuff, Pastor Jim. I wish we had longer than we usually do, but I think, I don't know about you, but my appetite has been whetted for even more of Revelation. Tell us again the podcast address where people can get more of this if they're interested.
Yes, we have a website, www. all one word, thefinalhourpodcast.com. And that will take you to a website, and all of our episodes you can upload. And so we do one a week, every Monday night at midnight it uploads. And it's a lot of work, is it not?
Yes.
But you know what I love about this is that, each of us is doing our part to get this message out, to get the word out, because, that's what, okay, they are warnings, but you warn someone because you care about them and you love them and you want the best for them, the very, very best outcome. And so, to anyone who's listening, don't be scared of revelation, but, use it to know that God loves you so much. He put all of this information in this book, and to get you ready and to draw you closer to him and his son. So this has been super insightful, and wow. I mean, I want to crack it open again, and we encourage you listeners to do so as well. So Reverend Jim, thank you so much for being on the show today. And listeners, until we meet again next week, God bless you.
It's been an honor. Thank you so much, Jennifer.